Um, okay, so I will call the meeting to order at 6:14 p.m. and we will start with our territorial acknowledgement. We respectfully acknowledge that the SFSS is located on the traditional unceded territories of the Coast Salish people, including the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Coquitlam, and Katsi nations. Unceded means that these territories have never been handed over, sold, or given up by these nations, and we are currently situated on occupied territories. Now I will go forward with roll call of attendance. I'll start with myself so you guys can take a note like how we introduce ourselves. We start with our names and pronouns and our access needs. You also can change your names to, I'm just going to change my name here and you can see like how you can put your pronouns here. So you guys can see my name and my pronouns there. All right, my name is Trevor and I'm the VP events, and my pronouns are he, him, his, and my access needs are met. Access needs include your internet, your Wi-Fi, your camera, and your microphone. So anything that is kind of shaky, you can just tell that you will have a problem with that. I'll call out SUS counselor, Science Undergraduate Society Counselor, IO. I assume he is not here yet. We'll proceed forward with FCAT counselor. He is here, not here yet too. French counselor, Ethan.
Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you guys. My name is Ethan. My pronouns are he, him, and all of my accessibility needs are met.
Thanks, Ethan. Now I will proceed with linguistics counselor, Olive.
Hi, everyone. My name is Olive. My pronouns are she, her. All my access needs are met, but I'll have to leave at 7 for an LSU meeting.
Thanks, Olive. Our FCAT counselor is here. Rasko, you want to go?
Hi, my name is Rasko, he, him pronouns, and all my access needs are met.
Thanks, Rasko. Now I'll go with student at large membership. Sean, you want to introduce? For the first meeting, let's keep it a little bit informal. Like if you just want to describe, your experiences and like if you want to introduce yourself, to other at-large members and the whole team.
Okay. So yeah, my name is Sean. My pronouns are he, him, his. No access needs, and what can I say other than I'm just fourth year psychology major, and I've been on the side. I've done events before, and I work as a nightclub promoter, and I do stand up. That's what I do.
Stand up. Interesting. Thanks, Sean. Looking forward to working with you, buddy.
Yeah, you too, man.
Thank you. Shruti.
Hi, my name is Shruti, and my pronouns are she and her, and all my access needs have been met. So I'm currently a geography student in my second year, and I love to play badminton.
We do share something common then. Okay. Mishika.
Hi everyone, I'm Mishika. I'm a fourth year health sciences student and I hope to graduate soon. And my pronouns are she and hers. And something about me is like, I think I've volunteered at most of the places at SFU, be it GCP, SFU Rec, or even the Faculty of Health Sciences. I am currently an administrative director at a Bollywood dance club at SFU Bay Fikre. So that means I dance a lot. I love dancing a lot. And I'm really connected to music, so I would want to bring some events that would bring about music and dance in general. And I am from India, and I'm really connected to India, and I love to learn about other cultures. So I am hoping to bring up a cultural event where I get to personally learn about different cultures across the world. And I think I'm just excited to just have a cultural event, and I hope you guys would be interested in the future. Thank you.
We'll give you the opportunity soon for the cultural event. I am so down for that. Next on the list is Antonella, who is not here yet. So we'll pass on with that. Andrew.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, hi guys. My name is Andrew, and my pronouns are he, him, and his. And all my accessibilities are met, needs are met. And I found a lot of connections and also the commons to everyone. I love music. I like playing badminton, even though that I haven't been playing for years now, but I do like them. And I do come here with a great sense of joy, and I really want to collaborate with everyone on each and every single event that we're holding. And I would love to hear the ideas and also the values that you guys are bringing to the event. So incredibly awesome to work with you guys this year. All right.
Thanks, Andrew. We all are in the learning phase, so down to be working with you in the next year. And the last on the list is Puneet. Go ahead, Puneet. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello guys. So my name is Penny. I go by she, her. All my access needs are met, and I am going to my second year in education, the Faculty of Education. I mean, I'm interested in this because in high school I was in my student council, and I was pretty excited working with my friends and planning all these events and going through with them. I do also like dance and music, although I don't dance, but I really love seeing it and I love being part of it. I really like the lively atmosphere and all. So that's something I'm excited to help plan. And otherwise, I like playing volleyball, and yeah, that's about it.
I'm already liking the vibe that you're bringing to the committee. Yeah, everybody likes dance and singing, right? So let's bring something up this coming semester. Ayo, since you're here, we are just on the roll call of attendance. So if you just want to introduce yourself to everybody, thank you.
Sure, I'll go on. So hi, my name's Ayo. Full name's Ayolua, but short you can just call me Ayo. And well, with this, I am the vice chair here around here, so I just help Vibav in working around with the meetings, sometimes helping work on a few things if there's a need for it, and just generally try to be as available as possible for any assistance whatsoever. So yeah, thanks for being here, and I hope you have a good experience with the rest of us.
Thanks, Ayo. So just to let you know, guys, Ayo, Olive, Resco, and Ethan are our counselors from different student unions. So they will be working with us for the entire year, and they're brilliant. Okay. So now I will move to the society staff. I don't think so we have anybody from society staff because Simmer just called in sick. He texted me, but he is brilliant. He is going to be in the next meeting for sure. So I'll introduce you to Simmer next meeting, and our events coordinator, Dipti. She is brilliant too. She is on vacation. So we are going to have her in the next meeting too. We don't have any regrets so far though. But Antonella is just not here. So we can just maybe amend it, or maybe we can tell her that these meetings are really important too. Now I will move forward with the consent agenda. I assume you got the consent agenda in your emails. Did everybody got the consent agenda? At large members too? Okay, sounds good. So consent agenda is basically if you bring anything, any motions or any discussion items or any new business that goes in the consent agenda. So you will be provided with the jot form from next time, or a Google Doc where you can put in your things, any discussion items or any events you wanna plan in the future. So you can put it there. Any budgets you wanna get approved from the events committee. All right, so now I'll go with the consent agenda. So it says, be it resolved to adopt the consent agenda by unanimous consent. I will seek unanimous consent here. If anybody wants to dissent or dissent, please raise your hand or list in the chat. So dissent is basically like, if you just have any issues, or if you want to just like, raise a point of information, you can list yourself in the chat. If anybody wants to dissent, please list in the chat. Seeing none, the motion is carried. Now I will go with the adoption of the agenda, our item number 5. So it says, be it resolved to adopt the agenda as presented. The agenda has been provided to you all already. I need a mover for this.
I will second.
So Resco moves, FCAT moves, and French seconds. Now I will open the discussion. If anybody has any amendments, please feel free to list yourself in chat. I will list myself because I have a couple of amendments here. Anybody else? Do you have anything like the one that we were discussing? Do you want to bring this?
Yeah. Sorry, give me a minute.
Sure, yeah, take your time. So I am posting my amendments in the chat. You guys can take a look. Yeah, I have a couple of amendments. So I'll go over them one by one. 10.1, whereas first movie night happened on 27th July, and the movie was Spider-Man No Way Home, and we served free popcorn and drinks to students, whereas Dipti, our events coordinator, incurred all the expenses for the event, and the total came out to be $128.96. Be it resolved to reimburse Dipti $128.96 from events committee budget, and the line item is 817/20. The second amendment is 10.2, whereas SFU used to have outside movie nights in the past before COVID, and SFSS used to take a part in it. It used to be nearby the pond area, whereas SFSS wants to partner and sponsor SFU for the event, whereas the total cost for the event is more than 10,000. Be it resolved to allocate 2231.25 from line item 817/20. That is again events committee budget. The next is 10.3. Whereas self-care day was on 24th July, and we did a giveaway of $50 from Uber Eats, whereas Dipti, our events coordinator, incurred the expenses for the event. Be it resolved to reimburse Dipti $50 from events committee budget and line item 817/20. The next is 12.1. Be it resolved to go in camera for the rest of the meeting. The title is selection of our 7th at-large member, and then the next amendment is 13.1. Be it resolved to go ex-camera for the rest of the meeting. I will seek unanimous consent on this, since I already have a mover and seconder. If anybody wants to dissent or say something, please list yourself in the chat or raise your hand. Seeing none, the motion is carried and the amendments are passed. Now we will go back to the main motion. Be it resolved to adopt the consent agenda by unanimous consent, and we were still on the discussions. Any amendments, anybody? Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I think you basically covered what I wanted to cover in regards to discussion as well as some budget changes. So on my end, I think I'm pretty good.
Okay, so you mean we can proceed further?
Sure.
All right, okay. So seeing none, we will seek unanimous consent for the agenda. If you want to dissent, raise your hand and or list in the chat. Seeing none, the agenda is carried as amended. Yeah. Now we'll go to our next line item, that is 10, that we just amended, new business. So the first one, 10.1 is, again, I'll read out loud. Whereas first movie night happened on 27th July and we served free popcorn and drinks to students. Whereas Tipti, our events coordinator, incurred all the expenses for the event and the total came out to be $128.96. Be it resolved to reimburse Tipti $128.96 from events committee budget and line item 817 and 20. Can I have a mover and seconder for this?
FCAT moves.
French
FCAT
seconds.
moves. French seconds. All right, so I'll open the discussion for this item. If anybody wants to list, please list yourself in the chat. Seeing none, we'll go forward with unanimous consent, I would say. If you want to dissent, please raise your hand or list in the chat. Seeing none, the motion is carried. Okay, let's move to 10.2. So I know, guys, this is a little boring, but we'll come to the exciting part. So be ready for this every meeting. So the motion reads, whereas SFU used to have outside movie nights in the past before COVID and SFSS used to take a part in it, whereas SFSS wants to partner and sponsor SFU for the event, whereas the total cost for the event is more than 10,000, be it resolved to allocate 2231.25 from line item 817.20. I will seek mover and seconder for this motion.
FCAT moves.
FCAT moves. French seconds. I'll open the room for discussion. If anybody wants to have any discussion on this, please list yourself in the chat. I'll list myself. I can explain like where the budget is going. So do you guys know about like the movie night that used to happen? I know like most of you guys are like in your first year and second year, so I expect you to be like fresh and like COVID students, I would say. I call people like who came in COVID students. So there used to be movie nights outside, like the open movie nights that is happening on September 9th this year near the pond area. Do you guys know about the pond area that we have near the AQ? There used to be movie nights there, like, and we had good turnout, like lots of people come to see the movie, and we already have that a selection criteria open on Instagram. Like if you go on SFU Central page, there are 16 movies and we are going to select one out of like, you know, the movie that will get maximum votes. We'll select the one out of that. So feel free to go there and, you know, let us know like which movie you like the most, and we'll select that. So the cost is like roughly around 14K, roughly 14K, because the budget is like still not decided. SFSS is helping in a way that we are sponsoring the event and partnership with SFU. This event is like SFU dominating, but we are like on the side as a helper and partners. So we are just giving 50% of the license fees because other 50% is sponsored by someone else. The total fees is $4,500 or something like, you know, so the half is coming out to be 2231.25. So 44.62 and 50 cents. We're just giving 50% of that, and we will have our table, we will have our presentation in the beginning, and we'll tell like people more about like what services SFSS provides. That's all for me. Ethan, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'd just like to know what % of our budget this is.
Okay, I'll go. So this is the way, like if you guys have any direct response to a person, you just put like 2 star marks basically. So the total budget for our committee is 25,000 this year. So this turns out to be like roughly 9% of our budget. But this do come as a large event too, because anything that goes beyond 10,000 budget. No matter what, like if we are hosting it or SFU is hosting it, it's a large event. We are lucky that we don't have to pay that much and we're getting that much of publicity. So we are just paying them a portion of that and are doing almost like an equal partnership and sponsoring the event. Any other questions? Yes. All right, so we did have the movers and seconder. I'll seek unanimous consent on this. If anybody wants to dissent. Go ahead, Mishika.
I just want to know, okay, so we are going to be paying around 2K for the licensing fee, if I'm right. What licensing fee are we paying for?
Good question. So this is not the dissent part, right? Like, so this is licenses, like for showcasing any movie to public, we do need to buy a license, and this is an open license for outside. So the guy who is going to bring the screen, the big screen, right, for outside, and the speakers and everything. So
But
that
okay, so my question is like, is it not an SFU event? So why do we need a license? I mean, in general, why do we need a license to just, just have a movie on SFU campus for SFU students? And like, that's quite a lot, like just to pay for the licensing fee.
No, it's not, it's just not licensed. It's also like the screen, the outside screen.
I see.
And the speakers and the person who is gonna like, operate the system. The licensing fees is because like for the movies that we show to more than 10 people, it does require a license. So even for like our movie nights, we do have license for Images Theater. We have to buy it like per year. Like we just bought it like literally 2 weeks ago before the Spider-Man movie. So for every movie that you have to showcase to students, you just cannot like use Netflix or Amazon Prime to, showcase it to students. Yeah.
That makes
sense. And SFU students do have a really good facility by SFU Library. If you go to SFU Criterion, they are a movie license software. And you can just like, use that software for the movies like that they have license for if you want to like host an event for students. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
I hope it makes sense. And I will again ask for unanimous consent. If anybody wants to dissent, please raise your hand or list in the chat. Seeing none, this motion is carried. Wow. So I am expecting you guys to be there on the day of the event. It's going to be a fun event. September 9th from roughly 5:30. September, like, first of all, sorry, this is an off topic, but just going to tell you guys that like September 6th to September 10th is like our welcome week. So make sure you guys are there because it's going to be fun. We are hosting like a couple of events, but SFU is like always taking charge of that. SFSS has clubs days coming up in the following week, and then the Street Fest, that is like our biggest event for the year so far. I would say like last 3 years, like it is the biggest event for SFSS. So I expect you guys to be providing a helping hand to me and be present there. I would really appreciate your presence there. All right, we'll go to Andrew. Okay, you have listed here, but like we are not in the discussion of any. But yeah, go ahead. This is the first meeting. I'm just like I'm just being a little bit informal, but usually we list when there's a discussion going on for a separate like a specific motion. Yeah, but like I'll let you speak. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much for being lenient. I'm still learning, but I do have a questions on that. What would be the responsibility and the roles that we're going to play on the days of the events on this September 6th and September 7th and the day leading to that, September 7th?
Good question. We do have our tabling for SFSS where we represent SFSS. September 7th, I assume we are having our pancake breakfast. And we last time served more than 1,000 students with our pancakes. So, if you can be there, help us on making pancakes. We make fresh pancakes. We just don't serve like the pre-made pancakes. We make fresh pancakes. So we will have our ingredients there, and serving, like, you can help in serving the pancakes, or like, any sort of help that the events coordinator needs. And for the
So-
street fest, I can seek like help in lots of ways. Like, since I'm just like going single-handedly, but I would really appreciate if you can, come over there and take a part in activities. Absolutely, you said, yeah. You were just muted. Okay, so let's go to our next line item 10.3. Next motion, sorry. It says, whereas self-care day was on 24th July and we did a giveaway of $50 from Uber Eats, whereas Dipti, our events coordinator, incurred the expenses for the event, be it resolved to reimburse Dipti $50 from events committee budget and line item 1817/20. I would seek a seconder and a mover and a seconder for this motion. Linguistics move this, and FCAT seconds. Okay, Ethan, next time. So you guys can do that too. At-large members can do that too. So, all right. So I will give the floor for discussions. If anybody has any questions, please list yourself in the chat. On this motion, just on this specific motion. Okay, I'll list myself. I'll give you a little bit brief discussion on this. So this event was on 24th. This was not actually an event. It was just like a giveaway, more of a giveaway, right? Self-care day was on 24th, and I was not really aware of it. But events coordinator just like, informed me that like self-care day is given, and we used to have mental health Mondays in the past, where we used to do giveaways for like, asking like students how their mental health is, how are they taking care of their friends, family, and like those sorts of questions, basically, like if they're seeking mental advice, or like, like we had like tons of comments, like 160-170 comments, and we select just one person for the giveaway. We asked them to reshare the story. So this was like more of that. And we are gonna resume our mental health giveaways, and I'll definitely like somebody from here to take a lead of that, and I'll provide you with our Instagram access. Okay, that was all for this. Anybody else have any question? Seeing none, we'll seek unanimous consent for this. If anybody wants to dissent, please raise your hand or list in the chat. Seeing as this motion is carried. All right, that was quick. Now we will go to our next line item, discussion items. So this is an interesting part now. The first one is 11.1, pub night for 21st August, which is submitted by me, VP Events and Student Affairs. I'll start on this. I think so I need not to list myself, but I will start a discussion on this. So I was planning a pub night, like, since like things are getting better, COVID is gone. We have people who want like, social life on campus. So I was in touch with Beercraft. If you guys know about Beercraft on campus. Are you guys aware of Beercraft? The one on the cornerstone.
It's the one right behind the Starbucks near the bus exchange.
Yes. Those who don't drink, I totally expect you not to be aware about it. But that like pub has one of the best pineapple beers I've ever tasted. So I'll take you guys there. I'll take you guys there from our for our like next social. Okay, so coming back to the motion itself. So I was planning that pub night, but I assume 13 days is not enough period for the event, but we can reschedule it. If anybody wants to take on a lead, I do have names for our like, the DJ that we are hosting for a street fest. We do have our photographer student club that wants to always participate in that. Also, what else? Like we can post things on Eventbrite, Instagram, social media. Would anybody be interested to take on a lead for this? I know, Sean, you're done for this.
When is it again?
Sorry, we are still deciding on the date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The street fest for the pub night.
Yes.
No, which one are you talking about? The street fest?
No. I'm talking more about the pub night here.
Oh yeah, I'm down for that. But so I wanted to say, so Beercraft, they close at midnight. That's because they run. It's a pub, yes, but they have a restaurant license, so they don't really have a bar license. They have a restaurant license, so getting them to like go over midnight is gonna be tricky for them. Unless maybe we can help out with that, then it can be a pub night, but it's gonna be a really early one. So maybe we'll start at like 8 or something. But it'll still be a good event. They've got really. I've tried the Stone Pineapple beer before. It's really great. So I think it'll be a good. But 21st might be a bit too early. Maybe the last week of. Actually, maybe like September 4th or 5th something.
After September 4th or 5th. So let's see any like weekend date that is available. So that turns out to be 3rd of September, that is Saturday, or 2nd of September, that is Friday. It's not about pineapple beer, don't worry. I was just like, let me tell you guys, like if you guys drink beer, do try that. Sorry, so we were selecting the date. Are you guys okay with the 2nd or like the 3rd? But I do need support from you guys. If you guys are ready for like helping me out, I would put this for the work order to the communications department.
Is it going to be 2nd or 3rd of September?
September, yes.
I'm down.
Okay. Anybody else? Sean, are you good with it? I know like you have been, Andrew, yeah, go ahead. Like you can list, like you can put list in the chat and I can call out your names.
Oh, now it's discussions. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm definitely down for helping everyone out with this event.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks, Andrew. Ethan, you can go next.
I'm also down to help out. I might not be available on the 2nd, but I am available on the 3rd. And I'm super willing if I'm able to.
All right, then let's keep it 3rd. How about this? And it's a Saturday, so should be fine, I guess. Okay, 3rd is the date. Okay, guys, like just mark a date on your calendar. I know like you guys won't have any classes, so you can enjoy it like really free of like any stress and worries about like your classes or exams. So we can say, we can name the event like how can we, like, what name can we give to this event? Like, I know I have a list of pub nights here. What we were planning to name this pub night before, like the one for the 21st was exam night, or like last exam pub night, something like this. Take a look on this. Do you guys have any suggestions? List yourself in the chat or put the suggestions in the chat if you want. So what we were planning was end of exams bash. How about this? Kickstart to the kickstart. Oh yeah, kickstart to the fall. How about this? I'm just gonna type it here for everybody's reference. You guys fine? Go ahead, Andrew. We actually, if you just don't mind putting list in the chat, just put list, because I just want to like
make it a habit.
Make it a habit. Make it a habit
Yes.
for everybody.
For sure.
Because we have Puneet on the list next. Puneet, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say I do want to help out with the planning and stuff, but I don't think I'll be able to execute it because I'm going on vacation on the last summer, so I won't be here for the event.
Oh, sorry to hear that. We will miss you. Okay, so Shruti, you are next on the list.
Same for me too. I'm gonna be away that weekend, but I can help out with the planning.
All right, we're gonna miss two people here. Beercraft is losing beer now. Okay. Next on the list is Sean.
Hi, so mine's kind of like okay, still involving the pub night, but it's just like still a completely new thing. So basically, like you guys know about the study at Maggie Bunsen, right? So once texted Viber asking him what the situation is with the study, and I was hoping that I feel like GRD are the ones who have them now, but I don't know if they're selling it or it's already been sold. So I just wanted to
Sean is cutting out, right? Sean, your internet is cutting down a lot.
know whether if anyone knows the situation with much larger sport. Hello?
Sean, your internet is cutting down a lot. Like we couldn't hear any word that you just said.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can, but your screen is still lagging. Maybe turn off your camera, because sometimes with camera on, the internet takes a lot of pressure. Okay, so Sean is reconnecting. Andrew, you have the floor. You haven't listed yet, but you have the floor. Go ahead. Oh, okay. We have Olive on the list before. Sorry,
Yeah.
Olive, you wanna go?
All right.
Okay.
Am I back on? How's the audio
Yeah.
now?
No. Okay. You go ahead, Sean.
Continue and then I'll talk after.
Yeah, I'll talk after. Yeah.
Sean, you can go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I was basically asking like what the situation is with the study at Maggie Benson, because they've got a much bigger sport and they could host way more people than Bearcraft, and they can run for longer hours. So I just wanted to know how the contract situation with the study, and maybe if you can have like the first one at Bearcraft, but later on when we do it again, we can have it at the study. So I just wanted to know.
Thanks for bringing this up. I do have a direct response for this. For the study, I'm in touch with the ancillary services that take care of the building and stuff, right? I am in touch with the director of the ancillary services. So discussions have been going around that, but we definitely are looking forward to have our first few pub nights in Beercraft, because the study is not fully gone yet. So there's a contract issue going on. I cannot, elaborate further on this, but yeah, I understand your feelings. Like I definitely want study to open too. That was like one of my go-to places.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just wanted to know. Yeah, we can just work with Bearcraft for now. So yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Sean. Next on the list is Olive. Olive, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just gonna let you know, on the last 10 days of August, I'm on vacation. So up until the last 10 days, I can help like plan out or whatever you need me to do. And then I could probably get a day off for that part of the night and to attend the event. So yeah, you have
So
me in.
you'll be in for the event, right, on September 3rd.
As long as like the day is like set and solidified, I can just request that part of the day off and not get scheduled for the evening time.
September 3rd is the day finalized, so
Okay, perfect.
it's a Saturday.
Okay, what was the time again? We were thinking.
Timings are going to be roughly around 8 to 11. Because
Okay.
11:30. We can like give max of 11:30.
Okay, and then of course, like we would be there earlier just for all that. Okay.
6, yeah. We need to get like our SFSS poster there and whatever like we'll have for the poster for the event. So we have to hang that poster and other stuff.
Okay, sounds
Now
good.
Andrew is on the list. So Andrew, go ahead.
Thank you so much. My question was just coming back to the planning and also the namings of the events. I think that the spirit of the events would have to follow what the names of the event as well. For example, if it is a kickstart for the fall semester and with beer, that'd be
No, we are
something.
not promoting beer in general. We are just promoting pub night. Beer was just like a discussion between all of us, but like we are not promoting any sort of beer here. We are just promoting the pub night. Pub night is more for like people to come up and just relax themselves and dance and drinking is their choice. We are not prioritizing it.
Mhm. So we would hold the events in the beer craft locations without promoting the beer thingy.
Yeah, we won't we would definitely tell people that you have to be 19 plus to attend the event,
Mhm.
and we might give like special prizes for beer, but it is always like this on all the pub nights though, because pub nights are especially like I just want to like
Yeah.
just like
In-
add it
I think
in
the
here.
word, I think the
Yeah,
word you're looking
community
for is
associated.
community
Sorry.
building.
Go ahead, Ethan.
I think the word you're looking for, Vaibhav, is community building.
Community building, yeah, no, like I was just saying like pub nights do involve beer or like drinking because it's a vital part of it, but we are not promoting it in any sort of way though. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so absolutely. I think that the namings should be also associated with the community engagement or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. All right then, so we have few leads here. Sean is willing to help. Praneeth, you're on the list. Go ahead.
Kind of listening to Andrew, I kind of agree with that because I feel like there should be a kind of like, maybe we can think of a different name, or just because like if there's a name that kind of like gives it more of a tone where it's like the end of the summer kind of last celebration, I feel like that gives more of an energy rather than like kind of like a celebration for school to start. You know?
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea actually, yeah, I got your idea now. Like you're saying like we don't want to start a semester with like beer and or alcohol.
No, I mean, I'm all down for alcohol and beer, but I'm saying the name could be more celebrating the end of summer rather than celebrating the start of a new semester.
You're good. Yeah, I think that's a good suggestion, to be honest.
Like before when you were listing names, I was kind of thinking something along the lines of like Final Summer Bash or
yeah, so Final Summer Bash. Yeah, summer's last blast. That's good name, Ethan. Thank you. I like it. You can check it in the chat, guys. Summer's last blast. Oh yeah, I like the former. No worries, Rasco. Do you have any suggestions so far, Rasco, before you leave?
I think Summer's Last Blast is a really good name.
Thanks, Roscoe. All right, so we have our name decided for the event, and we have the date, and we have the timing. I'll reach out to you guys externally outside this meeting. At the end of the meeting, I'll seek your Messenger ID or Facebook ID. We have a group, and you guys can join that, so we can have discussions in there. All right, so next discussion item is 11.2, movie night for 24th of August. I'll list myself or I'll start speaking more on this. So if you guys know or are aware of this, on 24th of August, we are having a movie night after exams and Images Theater, and the movie is Parasite. Thanks, Olive. Thanks for coming. Take care. Bye. So the movie night is on 24th. Sorry, my bad. The movie is Parasite, if you guys know, like the movie that won Oscar and the Korean movie. So that plan is almost done. Everything is in everything is arranged. Everything is in line. The Images Theater is booked. Event is getting promoted on Instagram page, SFSS events page. So make sure, yeah, like, you all promote it on your personal Instagram too. And if you can come for the event, I would really appreciate it, because we do need to see each other more in person. So, we can have that community touch, at least within our committee. Okay, so that was all for the movie night. If you guys have any discussions, please list. Do you guys have any questions on the event? Go ahead, Andrew.
Thank you. Is there any responsibility with regard to the events that is going to happen on August of 24th with the movies? And also, are we allowed to discuss the budget for that?
We can discuss that. That's a good idea. We can discuss the budget. But budget actually, we don't need anything for the event itself, because we do have popcorns left from our last movie night, and we do have tons of pops left, like the cold drinks. So we are just gonna buy a few more packs of ice, and we are all set for the event for the next one. But for the further, the coming movie nights, the budget for one movie night is roughly $200 max. If the turnout is really, really great, 200 max. Last time we had a turnout of 35 people. So 35 people, they get served in just 2 bags of Costco popcorns, the big bags. And 40 drinks, that is $10 of drinks. So nothing. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Okay, we'll move to our next item, 11.3, MC for Street Fest. That is also submitted by me. We are looking for MC for the Street Fest. If you guys know what an MC is basically somebody who hosts the event. We are looking somebody to handle our stage for the Street Fest. If you guys have any friends or anybody in your acquaintances who has worked before as an MC, please let me know. Or do give my email or my phone number so I can have a chat with the person. Let me know. Yeah. Any questions on this?
Does the MC have to be an SFU student?
No, we are going to hire somebody. It can be external. It can be external too. Or we would appreciate SFU student, because we are encouraging everybody from SFU to take more part in this Street Fest, and all the performers that we have. I know your club is participating in that, SFU Basic Ray. So we are encouraging all the performers are SFU students. So
okay,
we are seeking people from SFU first of all, but if we don't have anything, we have to get somebody from external sources. Yeah. Andrew, is this your list from the previous discussion, right? So Purneet here next on the list.
Is the MC introducing all the performers and stuff, or is there more that they're going to be doing?
Sorry, can you please repeat that? I just missed it.
Is the MC are they taking the stage and just introducing the performance and all that, or is
Yes.
there more to it?
Yes, more like that. More like host of the show, introducing the people that are going to come and introduce myself and the other chair. Mark from Ancillary Services is co-chairing the event. So, we are just going to start up the stage around 12 o'clock. From 11 to 12, we have a DJ who's going to play. So students can come and dance, whatever they want to do with the music. From 12 to 1, there are speeches. MLAs, MPs are going to come, and councillors are going to be there from the city of Burnaby. So, you know, all those like dignitaries, basically like the big people, they're going to come up. SFU's president, Joy Johnson, SFSS president. So, like, you know, MC's role is basically to introduce everybody. So now we're going to have on the stage our president from SFU, Joy Johnson. Like, you understand, like the host of the show, basically. Like the reality shows that we watch on TV. Now next on the stage is gonna be this, and like, just more like that. So yeah, next on the list is Sean. Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, so I have a few questions before I actually pose what I was gonna say. So first of all, when exactly is the street fest? I just want to write it down. I'm writing things down.
16th of September, Friday.
16th of September, Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. What time is it going to be running from?
From 11 in the morning to 7 in the evening.
From 11 to 7.
Almost 8 hours of events. Yeah, it's the one of the biggest events for any universities this year in Canada. So.
Okay. That's cool. I was gonna say I can MC if you guys want.
Have you have done that before, right?
Yeah, I've hosted a couple of things. I wouldn't mind doing it. I just need to see with my schedule whether I can do it or not. Maybe halfway through or something, but I can definitely MC for that. Yeah, but just have me as a suggestion. If you guys find someone else, I'm totally okay with that. But if you guys don't manage to find anyone, I can just like be like on standby. But yeah.
So thanks for bringing this up, Sean. I really appreciate it. Actually, you know, we would definitely love to have a student, and that's amazing that you have expressed your interest in this. I do have your name in my mind now, so you know,
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Like, you know, I'll talk to my committee. We do have committees for Street Fest, and I'll talk to my committee about this. If you just want to come up there for the next committee meeting, that's on Monday. If you just want to take a note of this.
Next week, Monday.
Next week, Monday, around 3:30 p.m. There's a meeting with Street Fest committee, and I'll introduce yourself to the entire committee, and you can tell more about your experiences in the past.
Is it an in-person meeting or it's a Zoom meeting?
Zoom meeting, yeah. So in person was gone long back.
Yeah. All right,
So,
all right. Okay,
so
good.
yeah, I have Mishika on list after Sean.
I was wondering, can we have like 2 MCs, or like does it have to be one person? Like, is it going to be like, is the person going to be MCing like for the 8 hours?
You know, like, but Mishika, even if it is for 8 hours, MC's role in this event is like going to be bare minimum, because the performances are going to take most of the time, and the time in between is going to be covered by DJ or like, you know, like let's say like a performer go off the stage after performance, and then there's a 5 or 10 minutes break, right? And the DJ is going to come in between and play like, you know, his or her music, because we want, like, you know, students to still be engaged, you know, and DJ can definitely engage many people.
I wouldn't mind being the MC too, like, but yeah,
Okay.
I'll have to see my schedule again.
Yeah, it's on Friday, September 16th, but we do want, like, you know, whosoever comes, like, we do want assurance, like we don't want to have like last minute changes, but I do have your name on the list too. So you can also come in the next meeting on September 16th, sorry, September 15th, no, August 15th, my bad, at 3:30 p.m.
Okay.
I'll send you guys the event, the meeting link. All right, so next our discussion item is at-large membership participation in planning events, and that's for you guys. So that is like last motion for our meeting today, and then we are done for the meeting. So at-large membership, basically you guys, the new ones, Andrew, Mishika, Sean, Shruti, Purneet, and Antonila, who is not here today, and we are going to select the 7th person soon. So basically my point of bringing this motion is basically like, you guys, what your role is basically bringing up ideas, taking on leads for the events, and asking committee for budget, and finalizing dates, finalizing names for the event, how we can engage more students. Our main priority is students for the year. We want more engagement with the student. We want more interaction. You being students know better, what kind of events like students want. And that's why you are the best people for these positions. So I would definitely love to see suggestions and taking on leads for the events on your guys' behalf. If you have any questions for this motion, feel free to list yourself in the chat. If you have any questions for me, any questions for the counselors. Okay. I see none in the chat. Andrew. Okay, go ahead, Andrew.
Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you for that motions, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone. So to clarify the positions, so are we going to meet every single day on not every single Monday at the beginning of the week?
Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
Yes. Not on Mondays. We'll change the timing soon for our meetings, because this was I didn't know anybody's schedules as of now. So I'll send a latest meet for the next semester soon. And the next meeting is going to be definitely on Monday, 2 weeks from now. But from following month, like September, we will have a new time and date, not date, sorry, basically day, according to everybody's schedule and their availabilities.
Awesome. I mean, I would love to meet everyone in person so that we can have a chance to talk about the thing that we want to host and the events that we want to produce. But thank you so much.
Nobody is more happier than me, to be in person, to be honest. I love to be in person and talk in person, because camera takes away all your that kind of sense of affection and sense of thankfulness for the people around you. So I definitely like in person more than in camera, but sometimes we do have certain restrictions, right? Like somebody is not available, and COVID has kind of made us like this. So and who doesn't like to share their pineapple beers, right? So I think so. I am, drinking beer too often now. So yeah, and thanks for bringing this up, Andrew. So you guys can be not worried about the timings. We are gonna just fix it according to everybody's availability. And now next on the list is Mishika.
Yeah, I just kind of had the same question along the lines. I want to know what is the minimum time requirement? I'm assuming it's going to be bi-weekly, every 2 hours, or however the meeting is going to be. And apart from that, is there a strict requirement? I have to volunteer these many hours. If I'm busy with exams in school, I'm just hoping it's pretty accommodating.
Thanks, Mishika. So basically the amount of effort or the amount of time that you need to put in this role is really varying according to the weeks. Some weeks we do have good events. This committee meeting is definitely going to be not more than 1.5 hours. Usually it goes for 1 hour in general. Today, basically, we started a little late because you guys had to introduce yourself, and we were waiting for some counselors to join, so that made it like a little bit later, but like we would have been done at 7 almost. But like the time that we set up for this committee is 2 hours, and even if you just like put 2 hours in your calendar, so that's just like 4 hours a month just for the meetings. But the time that I really need from you guys is for the events, so that can go anywhere between 5 to 6 hours a week, or say like let's say 10 weeks of bi-weekly, but it can be as less as like 2 to 3 hours bi-weekly if we don't have any events, or like if we just have discussion items, and we are just planning on the things. This role is more inclusive. This role is not like an admin role, more of like an inclusive role for events, for in-person events. Praneeth, you go ahead. Next on the list is.
So eventually, will these meetings be in person?
No, this meeting is for the entire fiscal year. We'll try to keep it in virtual, because I know it's better to have these meetings at least in virtual. But we will do have some socials for all of you guys, where we all can sit together, and talk more about each other's personal life, or like not personal life, how about like our study life and our work life, because I don't want this committee to be boring, to be honest. And I do like my own people to see in person. So like once a month or once or twice, once 2-month period, we will definitely have these meetings in person, not these meetings, but just like socials.
And then also I want to ask, can you just go over the symbols you said at the beginning of the meeting, the ones that you write down in the chat?
Sure, yeah, like
and the plus signs.
Yeah, so as I was talking, if you want to direct respond to me, you can put in these marks, star marks, while I'm talking. If you have any direct response, you cannot cut off the speaker. You have to wait for the person to speak first, and then you can put your star marks, and then if you are first on the list with the direct response, you'll be given priority. And then is list is basically that what you guys are doing. If you have any questions, you just list yourself. Point of information is if somebody's talking wrong about anything, or about the laws, or any sort of information that you want to put in the motion, you can just write POI. Am I right, Io? If you want to elaborate more on this. Are you there? Okay, that's fine. So Ethan, was I right about this?
Sorry, can you repeat the last bit?
No, I was talking more about the POI, if you just want to elaborate more on that.
Yeah, so there are 2 different ones. There's a point of order and a point of information. And one of them is for when you want to provide clarity, and one is for when you want to seek clarity, when you have a question. And I, for the life of me, can never remember which is which. So consult the internet. Do not believe anything that comes out of my mouth, because honestly, I don't know. I confuse them all the time. Judah's always correcting me.
Yeah. So yeah, we are all in the learning phase. I'll share with you guys the Robert's rules of order, the procedures with which we operate the meeting, and we operate the council and operate the committees. So that is long read. And I guess we don't need POI for this committee. We don't have any huge debates like we have in the council. But yeah, you guys still need to learn about what POI is, and what list is, what these star marks are, and if you just if you like something that I'm talking about, you can put just the plus signs that you support that. And if something has been written like really good in the comment section, like let's say, like I'm talking something about the event and you really like the idea, like if I'm talking, if I'm putting that in the chat, you can just write like, just put these marks, like if you support the above comment. Yeah. So these are the signs that we need for this meeting, and that's pretty much it. I also would like to move the agenda item, like our agenda for like going in camera to our next meeting, because I think so we need to have more discussion on that. Can I have a mover for that? Ethan, do you want to move this?
I can move. Is that how I'm supposed to?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so. At large members are okay to move, right?
I'll second.
Okay, Mishika moves and Ethan second. So we will have our discussion for this. If anybody wants to list or, you know, you can list yourself. Seeing none, we'll seek unanimous consent. If you want to dissent, please raise your hand or list in the chat. Seeing none, this motion is carried. So the in-camera discussion will be in the next meeting. Now the last part, adjournment. The motion speaks, be it resolved to adjourn the meeting at 7:20 p.m. I need a mover and seconder for this. French, you wanna go? Michigan moves.
I second it.
Sean seconds. All right, so the meeting is adjourned. I'll stop the recording.